Ever feel like you're constantly like behind on your to-do list?
Yeah.
Juggling a million things and still never quite like getting ahead.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of our listeners feel that way too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we're diving into the world of AI time management today.
Right.
Specifically a tool that's been like all over social media.
Yeah, it's really blowing up.
It's called ChronoLink.
ChronoLink, yeah. And it's interesting how it's being positioned. It's not just a calendar app.
Right.
People are calling it a life optimizer.
Right.
Have you seen the hashtags time hacker and life optimizer?
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
All over social media. There's a real sense that this could like revolutionize how we manage time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So for anyone hearing about this for the first time,
Yeah.
let's break down like what makes ChronoLink so different from a regular calendar app.
So at its core, ChronoLink uses AI to learn your habits
Okay.
and preferences. It analyzes your data to understand your work patterns, your peak productivity times, even how long certain tasks usually take you. Then it uses that info to schedule your tasks and meetings.
Okay.
And even downtime.
Yeah.
The goal is to create a schedule that's like really optimized for you.
So it's not just about like putting in appointments.
Right. Not at all.
It's like the AI understands you.
Right. It gets your personal rhythm.
And suggests a schedule that works with you.
Exactly.
With you, not against you.
I love that.
Yeah.
So for our more techie listeners out there,
Yes.
how does ChronoLink actually do all this?
Well, one of the really cool things is it uses a special type of AI
Okay.
called a recurrent neural network, or RNN.
RNN. Okay.
And this type of AI is great at processing data that happens over time,
Interesting.
which makes it perfect for like analyzing patterns in your schedule.
So it's not just like brute force scheduling.
Yep.
It's learning and adapting.
Exactly. The more you use it, the better it gets.
That's impressive. Okay, so this leads to one of ChronoLink's like big features.
Yes.
Predictive time management.
Exactly.
So tell me more about that.
So by looking at your past data.
The AI can estimate how long future tasks will take.
Okay.
This helps you avoid overcommitting and create more realistic schedules.
That's huge. I know I struggle with that.
I think most people do.
Yeah. But let's say I have a deadline and ChronoLink has scheduled downtime for me based on like my past patterns.
Right.
Can I like override it?
Absolutely. You always have control.
Okay. Good to know.
It's a collaboration, not a dictatorship.
I like that. You mentioned AI-driven insights earlier.
Yes.
What are those?
This is where ChronoLink goes beyond just scheduling.
Okay.
It's almost like self-improvement.
Interesting.
These insights are reports generated by the AI based on your time usage data.
I see.
So it might highlight your most productive hours or where you tend to lose time, even how your work patterns affect your well-being.
So it's like having a time coach.
Exactly.
That can pinpoint areas where you can like improve.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And these insights are presented in a really user-friendly way. Clear visuals and actionable tips.
I like that. So it sounds amazing. But I have to ask.
Of course.
Some people might be hesitant about like sharing their data with an AI.
Right, especially their schedule and habits.
Exactly. What would you say to those people?
Data privacy is super important.
Yeah.
And it's smart to be cautious with any AI tool. ChronoLink knows this, and they use strong data security measures.
Okay.
Like end-to-end encryption.
That's good.
And they anonymize user data. They also have a clear privacy policy.
That makes sense. So it's about being informed
Exactly.
before you jump in.
Right.
Speaking of jumping in,
Yeah.
I'm curious about how people are actually using ChronoLink.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned ChronoLink success stories earlier.
Yes.
Can you share some examples?
Absolutely. One story that really stuck with me was about a freelance writer
Okay.
who struggled with procrastination
Oh, yeah, I feel.
and just being disorganized.
Yeah.
After using ChronoLink for a few weeks,
Uh-huh.
she felt more focused, more productive, and less stressed.
That's amazing.
The AI helped her break down big projects
Yeah.
into smaller tasks and schedule dedicated work blocks.
That's smart.
It even reminded her to take breaks to avoid burnout.
That's so important.
It is.
It's amazing how small changes
right.
can make a big difference.
Yeah, and it can be especially helpful for people who work remotely.
Or have flexible schedules.
Exactly. ChronoLink is adaptable.
Okay, so we've talked about the good stuff, but what about the other side?
Yeah, no technology is perfect.
Right. So what are some potential drawbacks of using ChronoLink?
Well, one thing is the learning curve.
Okay.
Setting up ChronoLink and training the AI, it does take some effort.
So it's not just like instant.
No, it's not plug and play.
You need to put in some time.
Yes, you need to personalize it.
And I imagine some people might get frustrated
Possibly.
if the AI doesn't immediately, understand them.
That's possible. AI is still evolving. ChronoLink is always learning and improving, but it might take some time for it to really get you.
It's a journey.
Exactly.
Well, we've covered a lot in this first segment.
Oh, we have.
We've explored, what ChronoLink is, how it works,
Yes.
some of the benefits and drawbacks.
Right.
But there's so much more to talk about.
There is.
What else are we going to dive into?
In the next segment, we're going to get practical.
Okay.
We'll walk through the user experience.
I like it.
Explore some of ChronoLink's advanced features.
Yeah.
And even look at how it could change the future of work.
That's exciting. I can't wait to get hands-on
Oh.
and see how it all plays out.
Me too. Let's imagine you're trying ChronoLink.
Okay.
You've downloaded the app, gone through setup.
Uh-huh.
The AI is starting to learn your patterns. What happens next?
Well, I'm guessing it's not just a blank calendar.
You're right, it's not passive.
So what does it do?
One of the cool things is its proactive scheduling.
Okay.
Imagine waking up, grabbing your phone,
Yeah.
and instead of a million notifications,
Dread.
you get ChronoLink's morning brief.
Okay. Morning brief. Tell me more.
It's a personalized summary of your day,
Nice.
curated by the AI based on your schedule, your priorities,
Mm-hmm.
even your energy levels.
Wow.
It might include your top 3 tasks for the day.
Okay.
Any meetings, reminders to take breaks or do self-care.
It's like having a personal assistant
Exactly.
who's already figured out my day.
Right. It's about starting your day with intention.
Love it. And ChronoLink keeps working in the background all day.
All day, adapting to your needs.
But what if something unexpected comes up?
That's where a quick adjust comes in.
Okay.
Let's say you get an urgent email.
Right.
You put the task into ChronoLink.
Uh-huh.
The AI analyzes your schedule and suggests the best time slot.
Wow.
And even adjusts other things to fit it in.
So it's dynamic.
Yes.
Oh.
It adapts.
That's so important. This sounds great for individuals,
Mm-hmm.
but what about teams?
There's a lot of interest in that.
Okay.
Imagine a workplace where meetings are scheduled based on everyone's peak productivity times.
That would be amazing.
No more Monday morning meetings when everyone's half asleep.
Seriously. And it goes beyond just meetings, right?
Right. It can help with task delegation,
Uh-huh.
tracking progress, identifying bottlenecks.
Could revolutionize teamwork.
It really could. Okay, let's talk about some of ChronoLink's advanced features.
Yes, please.
One that stands out is the time analysis tool.
Tell me more.
It gives you detailed reports on how you spend your time.
Interesting.
It breaks down your hours and minutes each day.
Okay.
It can show you patterns you might not even realize,
Like what?
like how much time you spend on certain tasks,
Okay.
how often you get interrupted,
Oh.
or even how much time you waste.
Wow. So data is power.
Exactly. Seeing those patterns can be eye-opening.
It can help you make better choices.
Absolutely. And for goal-oriented people,
Yeah.
there's goal integration.
Oh.
You put in your goals,
Short-term and long-term.
both.
Yeah.
And the AI suggests tasks and schedules time for you.
So it's not just about managing my day.
No, it's bigger than that.
It's about my bigger goals.
Yes. It helps you make progress.
It's like a life management tool.
That's a great way to put it. It's about living intentionally.
Oh, love that. And that brings us to something really interesting.
What's that?
How ChronoLink could change our mindset.
About time and productivity.
Yes. Tell me more.
Traditionally, we see time as scarce.
Something to maximize.
Right. Squeeze every last drop.
Yeah.
But what if AI could help us have a more abundant mindset?
What do you mean?
What if we could reclaim control of our schedules?
Instead of feeling controlled by them.
Exactly. Use time to create the life we want.
That's powerful. That's
Yeah.
time affluence, right?
Yes. Having enough time for what matters.
Not just enough time to get everything done.
Exactly. So how does ChronoLink help us achieve that?
Yeah.
Well, for one, it encourages us to be more mindful.
Okay.
Remember the time analysis.
Mm-hmm.
By showing us where we waste time,
Yeah.
it helps us make better choices.
So it's about plugging those time leaks.
Exactly. Freeing up more time for what matters.
But it's not just about eliminating wasted time, right?
Right.
It's also about recognizing the importance of downtime
Yes.
and leisure.
Exactly. We often feel guilty about taking breaks.
Like we're stealing time.
Exactly. And that's where ChronoLink is different.
Okay.
Remember how the morning brief might remind you to take breaks?
Uh-huh.
By scheduling those activities,
Yeah.
it helps us see them as essential.
Not optional
Right? Downtime is an investment
in our well-being.
and ultimately our productivity.
It's like reframing our whole relationship with time.
Exactly.
instead of battling the clock.
Mm-hmm.
We could use time to create a better life.
That's it. And that's what makes ChronoLink so compelling.
And not just about time management.
No, it's bigger.
It's about personal growth.
Exactly.
This has been so insightful.
Glad to hear it.
We've explored ChronoLink's features, its impact on our relationship with time.
A lot to think about.
But before we wrap up, you mentioned a learning curve.
I did.
Can you walk us through that?
Sure. The initial setup is easy.
Okay.
You download the app, create an account, and give ChronoLink access to your calendars and email.
So it can learn my patterns.
Exactly, like onboarding a new assistant.
I like that analogy.
And there's a training period.
Okay.
ChronoLink asks you about your work habits,
Okay.
your preferences, your goals.
So it personalizes the experience.
Right, and makes better suggestions. This training is key.
It helps the AI tailor everything to me.
Exactly, to your needs and ambitions.
So once the training's done, what's a typical day like?
Okay, so you wake up, grab your phone,
Uh-huh.
and instead of notifications, you get the morning brief.
That sounds way better already.
It's a concise summary of your day.
Nice.
Prioritize tasks, scheduled meetings, suggested breaks.
Like a personal time coach.
Right in your pocket.
Yeah.
You start your day with intention.
And clarity.
Yeah.
And it keeps working all day.
All day. If you need to add a task,
Yeah.
just put it in the app.
The AI finds the best time slot.
Based on my data.
And your commitments.
Yeah.
It's like a super efficient assistant.
Wow. And what about unexpected stuff?
Quick adjust.
Right.
Meeting changes errands.
It adjusts everything.
To minimize disruptions.
This is impressive. Okay. ChronoLink sounds amazing.
It's a powerful tool.
But no technology is perfect.
True.
What are some concerns users should know about?
Well, one concern is the reliance on AI.
Oh, okay.
Some people might not be comfortable.
Letting an algorithm control their schedule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even a smart one. It's a big leap of faith.
And what about the cost?
Right. ChronoLink has a free trial,
Oh, okay.
but the full version is a subscription.
Which might not be for everyone.
Right. It's important to consider that.
And of course, data privacy.
Always a concern.
ChronoLink says the data is protected,
They do.
but it's something to think about.
Absolutely. Especially as we use more AI.
Data privacy is a big topic these days.
For good reason.
It's crucial to do your research.
Yeah. Read the privacy policy.
Yeah.
Make an informed decision.
Before you share anything.
Well, we've covered so much today.
We have.
ChronoLink's features its impact on our lives,
Yeah.
even society.
It's a big topic.
It's clear that ChronoLink is making waves.
Definitely.
It'll be fascinating to see how it evolves.
I agree. It's an exciting time to be exploring AI and time management.
And maybe ChronoLink is just the beginning.
Of a whole new era.
Time affluence and enhanced well-being.
I like the sound of that.
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Right?
we have one more
What
segment.
need to do?
What can our listeners look forward to?
In the final part, we'll step back
Okay.
and look at the bigger picture.
I like it.
We'll talk about how ChronoLink could change our relationship with time
Interesting.
and what it means to live a good life.
That's deep. I can't wait.
It's a fascinating discussion.
I'm ready.
Great. Well, in this next segment,
Yeah.
we're going to shift our focus to the practical side of things.
Sounds good to me. I'm ready to get hands-on.
All right, so let's imagine you've decided to try ChronoLink.
Okay.
You've downloaded the app, gone through the initial setup.
Yep.
And the AI is starting to learn your patterns.
Okay.
What happens next?
Well, I'm guessing it's not just a blank calendar staring back at me.
You're right. It's not just a passive calendar.
So what does it actually do to help me manage my time?
One of the things that sets ChronoLink apart is its proactive approach to scheduling.
Proactive scheduling.
Okay.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Imagine waking up in the morning, grabbing your phone,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of being bombarded with notifications and a sense of overwhelm,
Ugh, I know that feeling.
you're greeted by ChronoLink's morning brief.
Okay, morning brief. What is that?
It's essentially a personalized summary of your day,
Okay.
curated by the AI,
Uh-huh.
based on your schedule, your priorities,
Mm-hmm.
and even your energy levels.
Wow. So it's like having a personal assistant who's already done the heavy lifting of figuring out what needs to happen today and in what order.
Exactly. It's about starting your day with intention and clarity.
I love that. Instead of feeling like you're constantly playing catch up.
Exactly. And throughout the day, ChronoLink continues to work in the background,
Okay.
adapting to your needs and making adjustments as necessary.
That sounds incredibly helpful. But what if something unexpected comes up?
Like what?
Like An urgent request from a client?
Uh-huh.
Or a last-minute meeting?
That's where ChronoLink's Quick Adjust feature comes in.
Quick adjust. Okay.
Let's say you get an email that requires immediate attention.
Okay.
You can simply input the task into ChronoLink,
Right.
and the AI will analyze your schedule, suggest the optimal time slot, and even make adjustments to other tasks or meetings to accommodate this new priority.
So it's not just about creating a static schedule.
No, not at all.
It's about having a dynamic system that can adapt to the inevitable curveballs that life throws our way.
Precisely. And this is where the AI's ability to learn and adapt becomes really valuable.
So the more I use ChronoLink, the better it gets at handling these unexpected situations.
Exactly. The more you use it, the better it understands your priorities and preferences.
This all sounds great for individual users, but I'm also curious about how ChronoLink could impact teamwork and collaboration.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Could this AI be used to improve team efficiency and communication?
Absolutely. There's growing interest in ChronoLink's potential for team management.
Okay.
Imagine a workplace where meetings are scheduled based on everyone's peak productivity times.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Leading to more engaged and fruitful discussions.
No more Monday morning meetings when everyone's brains are still half asleep.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just scheduling.
Okay.
ChronoLink could also be used to facilitate task delegation, track project progress, and even identify potential bottlenecks in workflows.
It sounds like ChronoLink could revolutionize the way teams work together,
It really could.
making collaboration more seamless and efficient.
That's the goal.
But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about some of ChronoLink's more advanced features.
Sound good.
You mentioned earlier that there's more to it than just basic scheduling.
Right. One feature that stands out is the time analysis tool.
Time analysis. Okay.
This provides detailed reports on your time usage,
Okay.
breaking down how you spend your hours and minutes each day.
So it's like tracking everything I do.
It can highlight patterns you might not even be aware of.
Like what kind of patterns?
Like how much time you spend on certain tasks,
Yeah.
how often you get interrupted,
Oh, yeah, I get interrupted a lot.
or even how much time you waste on unproductive activities.
Ooh, that's a little scary. But I guess it's good to know.
Data is power.
Right. Seeing those patterns laid out in front of you can be a real eye-opener
Absolutely.
and help you make more conscious choices about how you spend your time.
Exactly. And for those who are particularly goal-oriented,
Right.
ChronoLink offers a feature called goal integration.
Goal integration.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can input your short-term and long-term goals.
Okay.
And the AI will actually suggest tasks and schedule time blocks,
Wow.
specifically dedicated to working towards those goals.
So it's not just about managing my day-to-day tasks.
It's bigger than that.
It's about aligning my schedule with my bigger aspirations
Exactly.
and helping me make progress towards what truly matters to me.
Precisely. And it can even send you reminders and progress updates.
That's great to keep me motivated and on track.
Exactly. It's like having a personal accountability partner built right into the app.
This is starting to sound less like a time management tool and more like a life management tool.
I like that.
It's about more than just scheduling appointments.
Right.
It's about helping you live a more intentional and fulfilling life.
That's a great way to put it. And that brings us to one of the more intriguing aspects of ChronoLink.
Okay, let's hear it.
Its potential to shift our mindset about time and productivity.
Ooh, okay, I'm all ears.
Oh.
Tell me more about this potential mindset shift.
Traditionally, we've often viewed time as a scarce resource, something to be maximized and squeezed for all it's worth.
Like every second counts.
Right. But what if, with the help of AI, we could shift to a more abundant mindset about time?
More abundant.
What if we could reclaim control of our schedules?
Instead of feeling like we're always running out of time.
Exactly. What if we could use time as a tool to create the life we want?
Rather than feeling like we're constantly at its mercy?
Precisely.
That's a really powerful idea. It's about moving away from the feeling of scarcity
Yeah.
and towards a sense of agency and empowerment when it comes to how we spend our time.
Exactly. And that ties into the concept of time affluence, which we touched on earlier.
Time affluence. I love that concept.
Yeah.
But how does ChronoLink actually help us achieve this in a practical sense?
One way is by encouraging us to be more mindful of our time usage.
Okay.
Remember the time analysis feature we discussed?
The one that tracks all my time.
Right. By highlighting our patterns and revealing where we might be wasting time. Yeah.
ChronoLink helps us make more conscious choices about how we spend our precious hours.
So it's about becoming aware of our time leaks.
Exactly.
And then plugging those leaks to free up more time for what truly matters.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And it's not just about eliminating wasted time.
Okay.
It's also about recognizing the importance of downtime and leisure activities.
This is where it gets really interesting. We often feel guilty about taking breaks or pursuing hobbies.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's time stolen from our productivity.
Exactly. And that's where ChronoLink's approach can be transformative.
Okay, tell me more.
Remember how the morning brief might include reminders to take breaks or prioritize self-care?
Yes.
By incorporating these activities into our schedules and treating them as essential, not optional.
Okay.
ChronoLink helps us shift our mindset and view downtime as an investment.
An investment in our well-being.
Exactly.
Okay.
And ultimately, our productivity.
It's like reframing our relationship with time.
I like that.
Instead of seeing it as a constant battle against the clock.
Yeah. We can start to view it as a tool for creating a more balanced and fulfilling life.
That's a great way to put it. And that brings us to the heart of what makes ChronoLink so compelling.
It's not just a time management tool.
It's more than that.
It's a potential catalyst for personal growth and transformation.
Exact.
This has been an incredibly insightful exploration of ChronoLink's practical applications.
Oh, glad you're enjoying it.
And its potential impact on our relationship with time.
It's a fascinating topic.
But before we wrap up this segment,
Yes.
I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier,
Sure.
the learning curve.
Right.
You said it takes some effort to set up ChronoLink and train the AI.
It does.
Can you walk us through that process in a little more detail?
Of course. The initial setup is actually quite straightforward.
Okay.
You download the app, create an account,
Okay.
and grant ChronoLink access to your existing calendars and email.
So it can see what I'm already doing.
Exactly. This allows the AI to start gathering data on your current schedule and patterns.
So it's kind of like onboarding a new assistant.
That's a good analogy. You have to give them access to your system so they can get up to speed.
Right. And just like with a human assistant, there's a training period.
Exactly. ChronoLink will ask you a series of questions about your work habits,
Okay.
your preferences, and even your goals.
So it's not just about analyzing my past schedule.
No, it's more than that.
It's about understanding my aspirations and what I'm working towards.
Exactly. It's about aligning your schedule with your goals, not just filling it with tasks.
That makes a lot of sense.
This initial training is crucial
Okay.
because it helps the AI tailor its suggestions to your unique needs and ambitions.
All right. So once the training is complete, what does a typical day with ChronoLink look like?
Well, imagine this. You wake up, grab your phone,
Okay.
and instead of being bombarded with notifications,
The dreaded notifications.
you're greeted by ChronoLink's morning brief.
Morning brief. That sounds so much better already.
It's a concise summary of your day,
Okay.
including prioritized tasks, scheduled meetings, and even suggested breaks.
It's like having a personal time coach right in my pocket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about starting your day with intention and clarity.
And throughout the day, ChronoLink continues to work behind the scenes.
Always working for you.
If I need to add a task, I just input it into the app.
That's it.
And the AI finds the optimal time slot based on my productivity data and existing commitments.
Exactly. It's like having a super efficient personal assistant who's constantly optimizing my schedule.
Okay, this is seriously impressive.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see why people are calling it a life optimizer.
It's a powerful tool.
It's not just about scheduling. It's about navigating the complexities of daily life with more ease and efficiency.
That's what we're going for. And it gets even more sophisticated with its advanced features.
Ooh, tell me more. I love a good advanced feature.
For example, the time analysis feature provides detailed reports on your time usage,
Okay.
highlighting patterns in areas where you might be losing precious minutes or hours.
So it shows me where I'm wasting time.
This level of insight can be incredibly valuable for identifying those hidden time wasters that often go unnoticed.
Data is power, right?
Exactly.
Seeing those patterns can be a real eye-opener and help us make more conscious choices about how we spend our time.
Absolutely. And for those who like to stay ahead of the game, ChronoLink offers custom alerts.
Custom alerts, what are those?
You can set notifications for when you're approaching overtime
Okay.
or when you haven't taken a break in a while.
So it's like having a built-in accountability buddy.
Exactly.
Gently nudging me towards a more balanced and healthy approach to work.
Precisely. It's about creating a system that supports your well-being and helps you stay on track with your goals, both personal and professional.
Okay, I'm sold. ChronoLink sounds like the ultimate time management tool.
It's a game changer.
But before we wrap up, I want to hear about those ChronoLink success stories you mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Give us some real-world examples of how people are using this AI to transform their lives.
Well, there's a whole community on X formerly known as Twitter, buzzing with positive testimonials.
That's great to hear.
We've seen stories of entrepreneurs who finally conquered their overflowing inboxes,
I could use that.
students who streamlined their study schedules,
Nice.
and even busy parents who managed to carve out more quality time with their families.
Those are some incredible examples.
Uh-huh.
It's inspiring to see how ChronoLink is helping people achieve their goals and live more fulfilling lives.
It's amazing to see the impact.
And it's not just about individual success.
Right.
There's growing interest in ChronoLink's potential for team collaboration.
Absolutely.
Imagine a workplace where meetings are scheduled based on everyone's peak productivity times,
It would change everything.
leading to more engaged and efficient teamwork.
Exactly. More Monday morning meetings when everyone's still in a weekend haze.
That would be amazing.
Exactly. ChronoLink could help us rethink the way we work together and create a more harmonious and productive work environment.
Well, it seems like ChronoLink is living up to its hype as a time hacker and life optimizer.
It's definitely making a splash.
But let's be real, no technology is perfect, right?
Sure.
Are there any concerns or potential drawbacks that users should be aware of?
You're absolutely right. As with any new technology, there are always things to consider.
Like what?
Well, one potential concern is the reliance on AI.
Okay.
Some people might feel uncomfortable relinquishing control of their schedule to an algorithm,
I can see that.
no matter how intelligent it may be.
It's a big step to trust an AI with something so personal.
And there's also the question of accessibility.
Right, because not everyone can afford every new tech tool that comes out.
Exactly. While ChronoLink offers a free trial, the full version requires a subscription.
Which might not be feasible for everyone.
Right. It's important to consider the cost and whether it aligns with your budget and needs.
And of course, there's always the concern about data privacy. While ChronoLink assures users that their data is protected, it's still something to be mindful of, especially as we become increasingly reliant on AI tools.
It's a valid concern. Data privacy is a hot topic these days, and rightly so.
It's crucial to do your research, read the privacy policy, and make an informed decision before sharing your personal information with any AI.
I completely agree. Transparency and trust are essential when it comes to AI.
Users need to feel confident that their data is being handled responsibly.
Absolutely.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, from ChronoLink's core functions to its potential impact on our lives and society as a whole.
It's been a great discussion.
It's clear that this AI time management tool is making waves, and it'll be fascinating to see how it evolves in the years to come.
I agree. It's an exciting time to be exploring the intersection of AI and time management.
And who knows, maybe ChronoLink is just the beginning of a whole new era of time affluence and enhanced well-being.
Time affluence. Now that's a future I can get behind.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, we have one more segment to go.
We do. We can't leave our listeners hanging.
What can our listeners look forward to in the final part of our deep dive into ChronoLink?
In the final part, we'll step back and look at the bigger picture.
Okay, I like that.
We'll talk about how ChronoLink could change our relationship with time
Interesting.
and what it means to live a good life.
That's deep. I
Me
can't
too.
wait. So we've talked a lot about the features of ChronoLink and how it works.
Yeah.
But now I want to step back
Okay.
and look at the bigger picture.
The big picture. Yeah.
You mentioned that this could change our relationship with time.
Right.
And even what it means to live a good life.
It really could. ChronoLink's emergence.
Yeah,
It's not just about technology. It's like a cultural moment.
interesting.
It makes us ask questions about our values,
Okay,
our goals, what we prioritize.
give me an example.
Okay, so let's say an AI is suggesting we take breaks
Uh-huh.
or do hobbies.
Right.
Does that make those things less valuable? Or does it actually make them more important?
By acknowledging that they're good for us.
Exactly.
It's a good point. We
Right.
often feel guilty about those things.
I know, right?
Like taking breaks or doing something just for fun.
We shouldn't.
Maybe seeing them scheduled by an AI
Yeah.
could help us see them as essential.
It's investments.
Yeah, in our happiness and productivity.
Exactly. And think about the bigger picture,
Okay.
like society as a whole.
Yeah.
If more people have better work-life balance and feel less stressed,
Right.
could we see a shift away from being always on?
That would be amazing.
Maybe we'd focus more on well-being.
A more balanced life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like ChronoLink could be a catalyst.
For societal change.
It could nudge us towards a better way of life.
But let's bring it back to the individual.
Okay.
How could using ChronoLink affect someone personally?
I think one of the biggest impacts would be less stress.
Less stress.
Yes, please.
Imagine feeling less pressure to do more.
That sounds amazing.
Less overwhelmed by your to-do list.
Oh, yeah. With ChronoLink handling things,
Yeah,
maybe you could be more present,
in the moment.
less distracted by planning and scheduling.
It's about control, right?
It is. Instead of feeling controlled by your schedule,
Yeah,
you're working with an AI
to create a rhythm that works for you,
that supports you.
not drains you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we talked about time affluence.
Right. Having enough time for what matters.
ChronoLink can help us feel that.
Shift from scarcity to abundance.
Exactly.
This has been such a great conversation.
I've enjoyed it.
We've really explored ChronoLink from all angles.
We have.
Is there one thing you want our listeners to take away?
I hope this has made people think about their relationship with time.
In our digital world?
Yeah. Even if they don't use ChronoLink,
Right.
the questions it raises are important for everyone.
About productivity, well-being, a good life.
All of that technology reflects our values.
And it can shape the world.
So we have to ask ourselves,
Yeah.
how can we use these tools to create a better future
A future that aligns with our values.
and helps us live better lives?
That's a powerful question for everyone to think about.
It is, and it leads perfectly into our next episode.
Oh, what are we talking about next?
We'll be exploring another AI tool
Okay.
that's changing how we interact with information and knowledge.
I can't wait to dive into that. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into ChronoLink.
My pleasure.
Until next time, be mindful of your time,
Yes.
be kind to yourselves,
Absolutely.
and keep exploring the amazing world of AI.